number 1 at 5. King 5 News starts now.
The Gulf oil spill threatens the livelihoods of people all around the Gulf Coast.
But could the spill also ultimately bring down BP? You'll hear from an economic expert with the answer. BP is promising to speed up payments to people whose livelihoods have been smothered by the oil.
But there are rising concerns that the growing cost of cleanup and damages, combined with massive losses in stock value, may overwhelm the oil giant. King 5 environmental specialist Gary Chittum joins us now. And Gary, you spoke with one local economist who claims that damages may exceed BP's entire wealth.
Yes, Dennis, and he's part of a team of scientists and economists from around the country who say, now look, if you look at the Mississippi Delta as an asset, and that's what they believe it is, an asset owned by this country, then the damage to our asset may go well beyond billions.
It's scary.
A shrimper brings in his last catch in the Gulf Coast. Oily water put him out of business.
We're fixing to lose something we had for a long time.
We've heard how individual businesses have been hit by the relentless BP oil disaster, and even how the gusher threatens an entire region.
We will lose more coastline from this disaster in Louisiana than we lost for Katrina, Rita, Gustav, and I combined.
Now, a group of economists says it's time to look at the Mississippi Delta itself as a business, a private and publicly owned ecological asset that is being damaged by BP.
The asset, the entire Delta, and this is just based on 11 ecosystem services, is worth about $330 billion to $1.2 trillion.
Tacoma-based environmental economist David Batker is part of a national group that studied the value of the Delta after Hurricane Katrina. They measured in dollars the flood and hurricane protection it provided with its wetlands and waterways, then added in how much money is made by companies, communities, and agencies that use it for commerce. So now they say the BP spill is threatening an asset that is worth far more than BP.
BP is threatening 3 to 10 times their own company's asset value, and that's not counting the threat to Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida.
So this question is starting to gain strength. Can BP actually survive and pay off this debt? Well, let's look at some of the numbers here. Since this spill has occurred, they have lost about half the value of their stock. That's $82 billion. The oil keeps flowing. The costs keep rising. The British lawmakers are now, because so many Brits are invested in BP for their retirement, some 18 million citizens of England are now asking that the president tone down his criticism because they're afraid of what will happen to the value of those pensions. It's getting serious. Reporting live from the newsroom, Gary Chittum, King 5.
It is serious. Gary, thank you.